I just got back from Atlanta. It was 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Hottest weather. The worst thing is everyone comes up to me and they go, well, you must be used to this being from Africa. And no, I'm not. I'm from Africa, but that shit is hot. That was just, no. I was scared to go jogging because I thought if I ran out in the streets and fainted, wouldn't the local news love that? I'd be running and I'd fall down in the heat. They would have their vans reporting live. They'd be standing there going, so hot in Atlanta, even Africans are fainting. So I'm enjoying this. Really happy to be here, you know. This is going to be good for us, I hope. I say I hope because I never know with stand-up comedy. It's just, you know, it's an awkward experience, I find. I'm always nervous. I find comedy is very similar to sex for me. Well, it's exactly like sex when you think about it. With me, the comedian, playing the role of the man, and you, the audience, the role of the woman. Because it's my job to satisfy you. And you just have to sit there. And then, just like sex, my success or failure will somehow be determined by how much noise you make during my performance. Which makes it a one-sided affair, I feel, you know? Yeah, I mean, maybe you're the quiet type. I hope we have magic tonight. I hope we create something wonderful. I mean, for many of us, it's our first time together, and that means it might be awkward. I understand this. And if that's the case, I want you to know that I'll look into your eyes, I'll see that I'm freaking you out, and I'll stop. I'll stop, and I'll flip you back over, and we'll go back to the simple stuff. Okay? I've been in America for a few months now, and I'm really just thrown by the place. It's not what I expected at all. Different from the brochures and the pamphlets. There's many assumptions I had about America before I came here, and I've come to learn that those were wrong. For one, I just assumed people spoke English here. It's far from it. It's not, you know what, it's not so much the language, so much as the pronunciation of words that throws me off. It's just what Americans have done with the language. You guys have just, wow, you've done something. You've put 22s on the English language. You've got rims that just pimp my language. That's what you've gone with, you know? I don't understand. I was chatting to this woman downtown the other day. She came up to me and she wanted me to see something. I don't know what, though. She was like, oh my God, look over there. I said, look over what? She's like, over there. Look at that her. And I said, her? She's like, no, her. Look, there's two of them? I understand nothing, even the small words, just the pronunciation, you know, small things that get you by. For instance, I pronounce the opposites of uncle as aunt. I say my aunt. Out here, you say my ant, which to me is an insect, which made me look like an ass when my friend told me his aunt died. And I was like, so what? There's tons of those out there. What a great way to end a friendship. I couldn't get help the other day when searching for a battery for my remote control, because that's what I say, battery, a small form of power. Yes, in America, you say battery, which to me is a different form of power. Sponsored by Chris Brown. And you know what, I understand. We live on different sides of the globe, so it's fine. The language will evolve. This is something I've come to understand. But I hope I change one thing in your hearts forever. Just one thing. And that is that animal in the wild that looks like a horse. It has black and white stripes. Yeah, do me a favor. From now on, please, it's not zebra, okay? It's zebra. Yeah? Just like it's not Debra, it's Deborah. Same structure of word. Plus, you cannot name them because you do not have them. Zebra. This is madness. Everything out here is different. Do you know how hard it is to learn when you come out here? You have to change everything. There's the measurement system, which is just, I mean, America, you guys have your own thing, the Imperial system, you know? On my side of the world, we use the metric system, and by my side, I mean the rest of the world, you know? We have the metric system, which is, amongst other things, very efficient. It's a very simple process. You know, everything goes into each other. And out here you have Imperial, which is fine. I mean, I won't judge you. If you want to be imaginary, that's up to you. But I just feel like there's some consistency that's needed. Small things. Like, for instance, when we abbreviate our small measurement, milligrams, we use mg. Milligrams. Mg. Milligrams. And you guys have ounces. Ounces, which you then abbreviate OZ. There's no Z in the word ounces. I don't know. That's pale in comparison to what you've done with pounds. That, for me, please explain to me how the abbreviation for pounds became LBS. LB pounds. I look like the idiot walking into the store going, could I please have the 2 labs bag of sugar? Guy was like, you mean pounds? I said, I don't see the P. No, I don't. He said, well, it means pounds. It's not LBS. A lot of bullshit. That's what it stands for. This is horrible. In fact, it's crazy. You do realize the imperial system is so inefficient that even American drug dealers have switched over to metric. Even drug dealers got to the point where they said, we need some order, we're going with metric. And I honestly thought this was an anomaly. I thought, you know what, this is just one of those things, it's a coincidence, but it's not. Americans do not care about abbreviation nor the English language. They don't give a damn. I learned this in the small things. Like for instance, when I was in Tennessee, I stumbled on an organization known as the Ku Klux Klan. You heard of them? Worst magic show ever. Guy gave me a pamphlet. He was like, come and see the Grand Wizard. Grand Wizard! The Grand Wizard! Didn't do one trick! Not even one trick. I mean, I noticed a few black people disappear, but I mean, that's not magic. No, that's just Reaganomics. I wasn't impressed by that. Like, where's the magic? I sat there forever. These guys running around in their sheets. Yeah! The KKK, as they're affectionately known. Has nobody bothered to tell them ever that you do not spell clan with a K? Nobody stopped. Even in America, clan is spelt with a C. The Ku Klux Klan, they're the KKC, not the KKK. You realize that? Ku Klux Klan. The C. In fact, the name is wrong. The whole thing, the Ku Klux parts of it. That's just horrible because they got that, as you know, from ancient Greece. It was Kuklos Alphion, meaning a circle of brothers. And that's how they got their name. They call themselves a Greek circle of brothers, which is wrong for 2 reasons. One, if your sole purpose as an organization is to hate black people, don't you find it strange that you've now named yourself the circle of brothers? And secondly, do they realize that in ancient Greece, circles of brothers were doing very different things with one another? Very loving, very, yeah. If they were really a Greek circle, the sheets would be a bit higher up, just more of a, yeah, maybe one more hole. They're not a... This is so amazing. So many of you here to see me, huh? I feel like Meghan Markle. This is dope. That was like the most amazing experience. I didn't know that the royal wedding was going to be this weekend. I didn't know it was going to be today. I planned my show long before them. I knew that I loved you before he knew. That's what I'm saying. I planned our big day long before they planned theirs. And then now everyone was like, oh, you're going to London? Are you going for the royal wedding? Are you here for the royal wedding? Are you here for the royal wedding? It's quite an event, I have to say. Like everyone is watching everything about you. All the stories people would talk about, because you're watching it all over the world. They're like, yes, Meghan Markle. Yes, she isn't the typical royal. Yes. She isn't the typical royal. What we mean is, yes. Typical royal. She comes from an unconventional family. Yes, very different family. And I was like, yeah, man, she does. She comes from an unconventional family. Just like Harry, same thing. Come on. It's true, same thing. And they look good together. It was beautiful. Everyone was stressed out about it. Meghan Markle's family was in the tabloids, the Daily Mail, trying to destroy their lives. man, when the Daily Mail comes after you, they do not mess around. They will find that one uncle in your family who's an alcoholic and shits his pants. Meet Trevor's Uncle Bobby. I didn't even know I had an Uncle Bobby. Well, now you do, and he shits his pants. And they'll always find a way to try and link it to you like it's your fault. They'll be like, Meghan Markle's uncle's son, Donnie, didn't pay his bills. She doesn't even know him. Doesn't matter. It shows that her family is unconventional. I'm not gonna lie, I was glad that it was the white side of Meghan families that was, I'm not gonna lie. We could not handle that as black people. That is the last thing we needed. Can you imagine if that was the black side of the family? Really? If Meghan's dad was on TV and he was like, oh no, I'm not coming to their wedding, no. Here we see Meghan's father posing for photo. You caught me again. Oh no, you have caught me. Black people would have never, because that's the hard thing about being a minority, whether you're black, whether you're whether you're Arabic, whatever it is. Like if you're a minority, if you have a certain skin tone, you know that every action you commit, like taints your whole, your family, it taints your everything. White people are individuals. That's white people. That's like the best thing in the world. And that's what white privilege means to me. You're an individual. Let's look at Dave. He is excellent. He's a mass murderer. As Trevor, if I killed half of you tonight, they'd be like, those mixed breeds. I take everyone down with me. So much stress. So I was glad. Like her mom was there. She was all, fly, looking beautiful as well. The wedding went off without a hitch. And my favorite thing was how the British media talked about how black the event was. And I understand it. Here's the thing. This is like one of those things where I understand, like they want to talk about it because you're not used to having like a black wedding, right? So like everyone today, I had like CNN contacted me and they're like, Trevor, would you mind speaking about the wedding and really all the black performers? There was a black cellist and there was a black choir and a black pastor. How do you feel? Black? I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. How do you respond to that question? How do you feel about, I don't know how I feel, it's a wedding. I don't know, what do you want me to say? That's a normal wedding. I wasn't watching that wedding being like, whoa, there's black. So much blackness, another one. It's a wedding, what do you want me to say? It's people. And also I feel like people go too far. That's where you realize that there's not enough like diversity in your world, is if you think that made it a black wedding. Let me tell you something, a black cellist has canceled itself out. If you have a black person playing the cello, it's safe to say that you've canceled out the blackness at that event. That's the safest way to introduce blackness into your family. Daddy, I'm dating a black man. What? He plays the cello. All right, bring him in. Even white people think a cello is white. When you walk in with a cello, white people also like, well, what the hell is that, man? It's like it's the black wedding. It wasn't a black, it was just a wedding. It was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. If it was a real black wedding, it wouldn't have ended. That's a real black wedding. It would never end. If it was a real black wedding, Prince's Nigerian uncle, he would have found like Harry's Nigerian uncle, he would have been in the carriage with them. I'm not paying for this carriage, I'm not riding in it, huh? You want to ride alone, Harry? You want to drive alone? Let me tell you something, huh? Let me tell you something. We are all getting in this carriage, eh? Every single one of us. And if we all get in the carriage, there's space for everybody. Don't be like that, Harry, huh? This is your family's day. This is not just your day, huh? When you were a little boy, who was there for you, huh? Who was there? That I was here, eh? I was there. Uncle Adebayo was there for you, Harry. Don't be like that, huh? Don't be like that. Huh? Where do you think you got your bow spot from, huh? Where do you think you got that from? That's a black wedding. This was just a wedding that included black people. That's all it was. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see all the celebrities showing up, all the famous people. They sang God Sing the... I never noticed that when they sing God Save the Queen doesn't sing. Which I understand. I mean, I feel like that would be a little bit weird. Like, she knows, like, which is, like, that's what I like about the Queen. I'm not gonna front. Like, she has a gangster vibe about her. Like, she's gotten to that point where she's like, yeah, I'm the Queen, I'm over it, let's keep it moving. She doesn't act like someone who's the Queen anymore. She's just like, I'm over it, I'm the Queen. And so everyone's standing like, and she's like, yeah, I know, save me, I know. I'm not gonna sing it for myself. Call me like, save me, oh, save me. She's like, I don't need you assholes to save me. I drive myself. It was such a beautiful day, every single piece of it. It was wonderful seeing the people in the streets. Everyone had a smile on their face. You know, everyone was happy because, like, Harry's popular. He's popular in Southern Africa. He's popular in the UK. He's got that cool vibe about him. You know, Meghan Markle as well. He inspired people. The only weird thing in the wedding for me was they had a black pastor, right? African pastor, and this was like, it was weird in a good way. He started giving a sermon, and he started talking about Martin Luther King, and then he started talking about slavery. And I could see in that moment, there were people in the audience who were like, God save the Queen, God save the Queen. Somebody stop this man, God save the Queen.